Hey, James Love. Happy Thursday. It's time for another Guidance with Mr. Gray lesson. I hope all of you are well. Thank you for those of you who are taking time to watch this video. Um, Thank you so much for doing that. And so today, wanted to briefly review your paper lesson that you have. And so for this week, what we have is that we are doing a little all about me sheet right now, just kind of documenting some things that you like, some things like your favorite food, your favorite show, your favorite book, how tall you are. Because in here, I talk about that this is a very unique time in history. In school, as we learn about history, things that have happened in the past, and we learn about them so that we can learn from those things and so that they can help us now in the present. This time of the coronavirus, whenever school happened at home with virtual learning, this is a unique time in history. This is something that you'll tell people about whenever you get older. This is different than anything that's happened in my life or even my parents' lives. So this is something that's unique, and I thought it would be good to document that how old you are, what you were like, um, have some questions like that, what you wanted to be when you grow up. You could also, if you've like made any special projects or anything like that, take some pictures with it. Or if you want to write about some of the things that you did that was different for you in your life, so you could have it recorded. I thought that would be good to help us think about the ways that things are different and how we can remember how it was during this time. If whenever we get older we can't remember some of the details, that we have this written down right here for us. So I hope you enjoy that activity. Shouldn't take you too long, so I hope you can take the time to do it. And so also today I wanted to spend some time just reviewing some of the things that we've talked about this school year, back whenever we were at James Love and you were coming to my classroom. And so some of the things that we've talked about this year, one of the big things that we've talked about is character traits. So I'm hoping there at home you can remember some of the character traits we've talked about, like respect, responsibility, self-discipline, courage, perseverance. Perseverance, I don't know if we actually got to talk about that one at school because it was for the end of the school year, because we always need to show perseverance at the end, because sometimes we get a little bit tired and we don't, we're not putting forth our best effort. So showing perseverance, to keep doing our best, keep working hard, keep going, keep trying. And courage is not when you're not afraid. It's if you're afraid or a little bit worried about something, to still do the right thing, still do what you're supposed to do, even though you're afraid, to show courage to keep on going. And then we have self-discipline, doing the right thing, whether anyone else is watching you or not, or whether it's easy or not. It takes self-discipline to do the right thing whenever maybe other people are not. And then we have responsibility, making the right choice, being responsible for ourselves and others. Some of you may have had to take on some responsibilities at home. Hope you've helped out at home, maybe with some chores or watching for your pets if you have any, or anything like that. Being responsible, and also respect, treating others the right way, treating people the way that you would like to be treated. That's such an important thing. So that we may not always perfectly get along with people, but we can always treat them with respect. And that's something that's important, whether you're a student or whether you're an adult, is treating people with respect. And to go along with that, we've also talked some this year about how everyone is different, that we're all different. We all look a little different. We all have different likes. We have different things we don't like. And so sometimes whenever people are different than us, we can use that to be mean to them, to pick onto them. But we really need to appreciate and respect others' differences. So if somebody eats a certain kind of food that seems weird or strange to you, maybe you can ask them about it and try and learn about that, rather than picking on that and being mean about it. Trying to learn and appreciate them, and learn and appreciate about them. And then also we talked about sticking up for others when they're mistreated. for some of you older students, if you remember the M&M activities where I gave more M&Ms to people who had a certain birthday than, and other people who had a different birthday, just gave them one M&M, where people were not treated equally for a good reason. It was just because of something silly. And sometimes we may see that where people are being mistreated, either based off the color of their skin or where they're from or how old they are, and people are not being treated right, and trying to help stick up for others to help make sure that people are treated fairly and equally. That's an important thing to do. We've talked about personal space, about making sure we give people space and personal space, and that's very important right now with how we're supposed to keep our distance from people, especially whenever we're out in public, and not get too close to make sure that we're not spreading germs. So if you remember keeping our personal space, like we talked about with our little imaginary hula hoop, having an imaginary hula hoop around us and making sure that we are not getting into anyone's imaginary hula hoop. That's even more important, not just to respect people's space and how they like to have a little bit of room, but for now to make sure that we're not getting too close to anyone to spread any germs or anything like that. We've talked about the size of the problem and the size of your reaction, whether it's a small problem, medium problem, or big problem, and understanding how to react to those. So learning like a small problem would be like whenever maybe your brother or sister or a student at school is annoying you. That's kind of a small problem. But if something catches on fire, then that's a big problem. That needs a big reaction. Okay? And so thinking about size of problem and the size of our reactions. And then finally, we've talked a lot this school year about kindness, making sure that we are showing kindness, that we are kind and nice to people. Kind of goes with the respect, treating people the way you want to be treated, thinking about how others feel and how would the choice that I just made or the action that I just made make them feel. Is that something kind? Is that something nice for them? And making sure that people feel welcome at school, treating them with kindness, doing the right thing. So in review, we were reviewing today about character traits and about how everyone is different and appreciating those differences, personal space, the size of the problem and size of the reaction, and kindness, making sure that we are showing kindness. Okay, so as you think about those things today, maybe you can think about one of those that you would try and work on today. Maybe I really want to make sure I'm giving some personal space to my brother or sister because they get annoyed because I get too close to them. Or if I really want to show the character trait of responsibility, maybe I can do something around the house that would show responsibility, cleaning up or caring for a pet, or helping out with a chore, or showing kindness. I really want to focus today on showing kindness to people, to say something nice and kind to people, and see if that brings a smile to their face, see if they appreciate that. Okay, well, thank you for watching the video today. I hope you have a great day. I'll see you next week. Bye.